All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. So I want to go through the dollar index analysis from yesterday so that you have a clue of what's going on. Now, for those of you who haven't watched the live, very quickly, this is the range that we're looking at. This is the monthly range that we're looking at, and this is the order block in view right now. This supply flip zone here that you can see the price wick beneath, but the body of the candle didn't close beneath. Now, this NFP news I think is pretty interesting. You know that we have our H4 order block over here. And now that we have a body close above here, if you remember my analysis just yesterday, I said to you that the price hasn't returned here with these lows, so the price should return in. You can see we have a perfect return. Now, the only thing is, with this dollar index news, is that today, as we've opened up in the Asian period of time, from the UK perspective, anyway, the price made several lows here, but didn't take the low of last week or the low of yesterday before using this for a launch pad. Now, to me, this is a sign that we probably are going to have the dollar index probably wick down here with the news and then take off for a long before proceeding for another short. Now, we have equal highs here that the price hasn't gone for, but we have plenty of equal lows over here. So I think most likely, looking at the dollar index news, we're probably going to get this spike down and then a long afterwards, okay? Now, where's the target? Now, my first target here is the next set of equal highs, which are over here. But the dollar index might actually rise all the way up to the top here to these highs over here. I'm going to draw supply zone above here. Let's draw this out. Now, the last major move was the last NFP news over here, right here. This was this wick right here, and I put an arrow to point to it. This wick right here is where the last NFP news took place, and the price gave us a short all the way through. So my thing is that I'm sure there's going to be a wick beneath this low, and then we should be pushing towards maybe either this supply zone or maybe a new high and then a short, and then we could make our way down for the short right here. But look, judging by this movement here and the way the price has woken up about 15 minutes before, which is when I like to have a look, we are going to most likely have some sort of long and short reaction today. Now, with pairs that I'm looking at now, AUD/USD is in a really good spot for a long. Let me just put this here. It entered into this demand zone. Yesterday, we had a really nice reaction here. And the NFP news could definitely push the price in the right direction for a long, because we need one more bearish season of the dollar before the very strong one that comes afterwards. But anyway, looking at the price right now, we do have market structure breaks across the board for AUD/USD. I'll go to the M30 for you to see it. And then to the H1. So I guess my only thing is that the swing of high before the stop hunt here, we had the body structure of the candle right here, or body structures of candle bodies close above. It's made a little bit of a higher high now. Probably primed for a long. I think that hopefully, if this news does what it does, because I've seen these equal lows at the dollar index, most likely we should get like a spike here and then price should push the other way. Now, this set of equal highs here, if the price does leave it alone, and let's say the price breaks past our H4 equilibrium order block and it starts to rally down, then we know what to do. Okay. Now, some of my trades that I'm looking at, the other one I was in, then I came back out of was now I'll leave USD JPY for a moment. I was in USD CHF from literally down here. I closed it over here just for now because the news is coming out. Let me see if I can find NZD USD. I don't know where it is. Okay. NZD USD. Okay, here we go. It's right in front of me. Now, NZD USD is another one that I really like. Okay, we have this reaction over here. We have the demand zone that the price is in right now over here. And yesterday we had a really good reaction. I guess the only thing is like, okay, the demand order block the price is operating with is over here. And it has done really what you would expect with the price to do. It's just that the market structure break here. Now, the previous swing high, there's two swing highs before this movement happened where the price took the low. There's either this one here, this one over here, or there is, let me pull this up a little bit. There's this one here, or there's this one over here, okay? These are the two. So we did get a break of market structure eventually above here. Not the strongest one, but now the price is kind of hanging in this area. It is tempting to want to buy because the price may actually, shoot up from there and go for a long, because I do expect it to. Okay, the other one that I'm in expectance of as well is pound USD 2. Now, pound USD's move is pretty nice. I think we spoke about it. Actually, I did. I was saying to you that we have, let me start from the weekly quickly. So in the weekly time frame, we have this supply flip zone over here. And then after we've got another supply flip zone over here. Right. And then what I was looking for was the price to take the low of the previous month. And as you know, by now from talking about this reversal structure here, the highs, even from the daily time frame, you can see that these highs are equal. We had no induction here. So at least pound USD has one more long to go to fill out this gap and get to these equal highs around 136. And then we should be looking for, the next wave of movements. Now, let's see something. I was in pound USD yesterday after, I think probably whilst I was on the live. And it was really a nice movement. Let me go to the 15-minute. Now, the price is a little bit gappy here, so I don't know if the price might give us another chance to get in or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Okay. Now, on my other chart, IC markets, there's a little gap that's been left behind here underneath. So we'll see what the price is really going to do. But I do believe pound USD should be pushing long just like the others. So like a weaker dollar. But just how the price is going to play that out. Now, if I pull up the range here, from where the price kind of wicked into this area and went down. At the moment, the price is resting on the 38.2 retail level, so I don't trust it. At least equilibrium is beneath here. And with news, the price doesn't have to go to equilibrium, but in this case, if there's an opportunity for the price to get to fair market value or beneath, then it will do it. Okay, now the optimal trade entry is right at the bottom of this range. If the price is so nice to us to go back down here, then you can go for a buy again. I literally was just scalping yesterday, and it was really nice what the price gave us. So, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen. But you can see that this move just before the NFP news, I think that the market really didn't want to give anything away. So you can see it's woken up just 15 minutes before this major news that we have on purpose, so that nobody or hardly anyone will capture the direction. Because if you do catch a direction, you could do a lot of things. But there was a strategy I used to use. Not that it's even bad to do, but it's called straddling, which is just 1 minute before the news, you put a buy stop and a sell stop on the US pair of your choice, and people put it 20 pips apart from the price. And then when the news comes out, whichever way the price shoots to, you could be instantly in profit and close it. And it did work. Sometimes I'll get 100 pips, 150 pips, 80 pips. It does work. It does work. I just think that I just didn't want to do that anymore. I prefer to just know the direction beforehand and already be in. So when the news comes out, you just get a quicker profit movement, as you go along. Now, as you can see here, interesting enough, we've got 5 minutes left until the news is coming out. And surprise, surprise, look at where the price is coming back to. So I think just covering this, it makes it clear that the price is most likely going to take this low and then shoot up for a long. So if that's the case, then I'll wait to see what the market is going to deliver. Okay, it's not a surprise at all that this is happening now. It's just that, getting into the NFPs beforehand, it's just that where the prices are such great entries for a long, like NZD/USD is in a great place. The others, if I show you NZD/USD on my other charts, you'll see why it looks, why I like it. To me, it's set up for a really good movement somewhere soon. It's just getting in. Let me go to NZD/USD for a minute. I'm still watching the time. I know that we've got a couple minutes left. Now with gold, which was another one, you can see we have a major accumulation here with gold, which means gold is probably going to do some sort of massive move very soon. I'm interested to see the direction it's going to take. Might do like a long then a short, we'll see. The low of yesterday is really close to where the price is right now. So I'm really intrigued to see what gold does, because I know you guys know already that gold is a dangerous pair if you're on the wrong side of it. So it's not a good idea to try it. On the weekly, I actually wanted to kind of point this out too. If you look at where Euro USD is, it's right inside of this weekly demand order book here. And yesterday we've had this kind of D1 movement here. So I am for the direction for the long, really, with these. And I want to see what the price is actually going to produce. Now, I was in the long with Euro USD. I guess the only thing is that, again, this swing high here would have been the best part for the market structure break, which it did it today, but we wicked above this area first instead of bodied above it, if you want to put it that way. So I'm wondering if the price might do one more stop on. We have little gaps here where the price kind of opened up on. Maybe the price may ignore this little gap here, but most charts that I've looked at have this little close to open gap. Now the wicks of the candles have been in there, but we don't have any body close here, so that's another thing. So I'm hoping that the price is going to be nice, and see what happens here. Obviously this wouldn't be a good opportunity to get left behind. And, looking at the news, remember, we don't just have NFP news, we have Canadian dollar news here. So I've got a couple of seconds left until the news is going to come out. So if I go to CAD Japanese yen, let's just take a look. Now with CAD Japanese yen, I do expect the JPY pairs to reverse. So the Canadian dollar comes out weaker, that will help CAD JPY to go for a short. Maybe the straddling technique might actually work for, pairs that are not like Japanese yen pairs with Canadian dollar pairs and stuff. Okay, but it really is pretty subjective. Now, even looking at CAD Japanese yen, the market made sure it didn't give anything away because the price is in a range basically right now. So you might get a cheeky little situation of, both a long and a short. All right. Euro CAD is another one, which I was in, but I left it alone, even though I know that there's equal lows down here. All right, so we're getting towards the 30-second mark. Let's watch and see what the dollar index does. Now, one thing I said that I told you my friend who works in the institution taught me is that institutions sometimes use the news to get out of position. So sometimes, like, even though it seems like, you're going to miss on a trade, you might actually not miss out on anything. It might be the exit that they're doing, and then that will be your entry to kind of get in, So don't be so disturbed by the price just bouncing around everywhere, because you might end up getting a good opportunity that, could set you up really well. Okay. Now the news is coming out now. Excuse me. Let me see. Now, I think my internet's frozen or something here. Or is that me? Let's see what happened. All right, so here we go. Look at this, guys. So look, the dollar index has gone for the lows here. Now, we're going to have to wait a whole hour to know if the price is going to break past this area or it's going to continue, because we don't know yet. Okay. On my charts, on IC markets, everything is frozen right now, so we can't really do anything with that yet. Okay. But on other pairs, so USD CAD has actually taken the high of the day here and had this kind of reaction up here. Let's see how long it's going to last for, because that's another question. If it's going to last for too long. Now, here we go, guys. Look at that. So it spiked beneath the lows. Look at that. It's taken all of these lows that it left during Asia. If the price wants to continue for long, we're going to know pretty soon. You can see it's hanging around here. Okay. Surprise, surprise, right? Let's see. Now let's look at some other pairs whilst we're waiting to see what's going to happen. So it looks like the Canadian dollar has come out to be bearish because AUD CAD is going long. And CAD CHF was going short. US 30 really didn't do anything. NZUSD kind of long and short, even though I know that we should have a long, but nothing really substantial. Neither Euro USD. So actually the news has come out to be bearish. Let's take a quick look at the scene. Now I know that this is going to go for a long anyway eventually, but let's just see if we can grab something. So let me go to FX Street really quickly. Let's check and see what's going on. All right, so if we have a look here quickly, let me see. Let's just scroll up a little bit. All right, news has come out. So the NFPs, there you go. So NFPs is, now you see this revision thing is pretty annoying, but that's what it is. So the revision is that the previous was 185. The news is better than the previous, but not better than expected. And remember, the ADPs was better than expected, but not better than the previous. So you can see how ADP and non-farm payrolls can be similar, which is basically a similar result in a sense. Yeah, so now with this movement here, you can see that the price doesn't want to go beneath these lows here. It's like it's hanging around here. So now that the price has taken these lows, let's see what other trades are available here. We might actually end up with some good reversals in a moment. I still obviously want to take Euro USD and the rest long, but the reaction wasn't that strong, okay, like you would expect. But let's look at USD CHF here. So USD CHF, look at what it's done. So USD CHF has actually provided another opportunity for you to get in for a buy, basically. Now, for me, my thing is that if USD CHF is going to go for a long, I'm going to set an alarm here. As soon as it breaks above this supply order block here, because this spike is an entry, re-entry for sure, then that's why I came out, because I saw this accumulation here. And I'm glad I did, because I get to keep my profit. Okay, so now that the price is here, I know that the price feed is a bit funny right now, but there's two trades that we can grab. I just need the price feed to wake up. Now, I don't know what's going on with, here we go. So we've got USD CHF, which is one. And then here we go. Look at gold, guys. So this is why I said gold is dangerous, because gold did a massive spike here, as you can see. But it has taken the low of the previous day, which is nice. So any chance that we get to pull back, then They might be seeing something nice. It's very interesting how gold behaves. But anyway, so pound Japanese yen. Let's go over. Let me see if I can find this. Where's USD JPY? There you go. So USD JPY is another one here. Now it's taken a little while to load. Here we go. So USD JPY, you can see what we had here is taken the low. Now it came back. Now you might not see it that well on IC markets, but where the price spiked to is where there are equal lows. Now my advice always, guys, is that because the news can get crazy, probably the entry will show itself up in the next 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So between 1:45 or so, yeah, around 1:45 to about 2 o'clock, because then the volatility will come down. But you can see here, this wick here is just for the price to take the equal lows. You might see a bit better if I go to Hugo's way. Let me go to Hugo's way. So if you see on Hugo's way here, look at what we've got. So these lows are basically equal, and you can see that's where the price went for. So if at 2 o'clock when things start to heat up a bit better, then that should be what you need. Now, another reason why I didn't do the strategy I wanted to tell you about, guys, of putting a sell stop and a buy stop is that if you look at this pair, USD JPY, the price, one second. If you see over here, the price spiked beneath and above the price. So the market algorithms that are in play are very intelligent, and they know that strategy, okay? Because they have machine learning. So one of the other reasons why I don't do it as often is because of this reason, because the potential that the price could spike above and beneath is not an accident that the price spiked higher and lower at the same time. Because if you had a buy stop and a sell stop, you would have lost twice as much money because it would have taken both of your positions out. It would have triggered both of them at the same time, and you would have had a loss at the same time. So bad idea to do, okay? There are some times where it can work out, but this is not one of those circumstances, okay? So yeah, right now the price is finding its footing. I still want to get into pound USD for a long anyway, but it looks as though the price is kind of slightly broken beneath the body here, so that's good for us. And you can see, look at the dollar index, absolutely perfect, guys. So you can see here, the price has taken all of these lows from today, surprise, surprise, and now in the next 23 minutes. Now for me, guys, I'll give you a little bit of an update. The best thing to do is in the next 23 minutes, if the wick of the candle closes here, so the body is above the lows and not the beneath the lows, as long as there's no body close beneath this previous daily low, then you should be looking for a bullish dollar temporarily. And then after, that means USD CHF will be going long, USD JPY is going long, okay, until about this range here. Now, because this is the high of the previous month here, the target probably should be 103.205 before the dollar may decide to start pushing down short again, okay? This is the best idea that I have for the move. But everything has played out perfectly. I hope you really enjoyed my analysis, guys, and you can see the market is doing exactly as I said. No surprises there for me, not in a prideful way, but I've been analyzing for years now. I know how the price works really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and you can use this analysis to your benefit. Everybody take